Hello and welcome to my chemical-free product workshop. Today's workshop is how to make your own sugar scrub. I very much appreciate your coming. My name is Andrea and I'll be guiding you through today's class. So I'm always curious, how did you hear about today's class and where are you joining us from? Please let me know in the comments below. It always helps me to get an idea of how our community is growing throughout the world. Thank you for sharing. So a little bit about me. I'm calling in from Maryland on the East Coast of the United States. I'm a wife and mother of 4, and each day my family and I, we live with 12 healthy habits in order to enjoy a better quality of life. And we also do this to support the success of all that Yahweh calls us to do. And because these habits have been so transformative to our lives, I share guidance on how to both implement and stick with each healthy habit so that we can all live truly thriving lives. Now, I'll share more about the other videos, classes, workbooks, and support groups that I offer throughout the week later on in the class. But for right now, I do want to go ahead and jump right into today's class. So our goal today is to learn the power that certain plants have to nourish our skin and to create our own products using edible food items. While we're together today, we'll discover the health and beauty benefits of sugar, pure oils, fruits, and veggies on your skin. And we'll also mix our own sugar scrub using suggested portions, and we'll grow in empowerment from having greater control of our exfoliating options. So what we'll need today is some type of a mixing bowl, a mixing spoon, some large and small measuring utensils. You'll also want to have sugar, salt, coconut oil, olive oil if you have these, and then honey is also really helpful. I forgot to grab my honey. There it is. All right, so, and then if you'd like, you can also add in things like citrus fruit, like lemon, lime, grapefruit even. You can even add in avocado. So, and if you want to, you can do essential oils. Again, this is not like, essential oils they're not essential. They're not mandatory. They just add a scent to it, but it's up to you if you want to add them. All right, so let's talk about some of the benefits of these ingredients. So since our skin is porous like a sponge, it actually takes about 26 seconds to absorb things into our skin. It's very quick. So listen closely to the descriptions about each one of these ingredients, and then you can decide what you want to use to blend your scrub. So we have 2 different exfoliants today. We have the regular salt and the regular sugar. So these salts are going to be what's the rough thing that's going to help to exfoliate our skin. So you can use the sugar, which is a bit larger, or you could even use sugar in the raw if you prefer that texture. But if you want a smaller texture, salt would actually be really more fine and could give you like a more fine feeling to your sugar scrub. So as far as the citrus fruits, we have things like lemons, limes, and oranges. So lemons and limes are the highest in citric acid, and oranges are much milder. So the citric acid is something that's going to treat hyperpigmentation, and it's going to brighten the skin tone and help to fight bacteria on the skin. And it also helps to give the skin a healthy glow. Vitamin C also helps to prevent skin aging. Then there's the oils. So I encourage you to always do your best to use food-grade oils on your skin. Things that are high in mono and poly-saturated fats. So things like olive oil, coconut oil, and avocado oil are highly recommended. The oils as well have vitamin E, which are also antioxidants, and again help prevent the skin from aging. And of course, these oils are going to condition and moisturize the skin as well. Now honey. Honey is the humectant. Honey draws moisture to itself, and when you put it on your skin, it draws moisture to your skin. So you'll see in products they have things like glycerin. This does the same thing. So honey lightens scars. So if you have any scars you want to lighten, this will be the one for you. It's also great for healing. So it can be like a natural antibacterial to help clean your skin. So if you have any acne or any scarring, honey is the one that you definitely want to have plenty of in your scrub. And unpasteurized honey can be even better because it can help to balance the good and the bad bacteria on your skin. Okay, so the shelf life of all these is something you want to take into consideration. So the shelf life of the olive oil, the sugar, the honey, and things like that, they'll be able to store at room temperature for up to 6 months. They're very, very, shelf stable items. However, if you decide to put fresh citrus juices or avocado in your scrub, then you'll want to do something with it in the fridge. Then you'll want to put that in the fridge, and it'll last for about 4 days. And again, make sure you're always doing the allergy test prior to using it, just in case. All right, so the proportions and the blends. We want to make sure that we keep good consistency to prevent any waste. Larger measuring scoops for if you're making a large batch. The smaller ones, if you're going to use it just a small amount just to test, I suggest starting off kind of small, and then you can make another bigger batch with the same proportions later. So the recipe basically is 4 scoops of sugar and then 1 scoop of all the other products, whether it's going to be honey in the other smaller scoop, whether it's going to be honey and oil and lemon juice mixed in the other scoop. So basically, regardless of which size spoon you use, you want to use 4 scoops of the exfoliant, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you want to have 1 scoop, that same size that you had before, 1 scoop of everything else. So if you want to do a mix between all 3 ingredients or whatnot, just pour them all in there, and all those other ingredients that you're going to have in, just add that in. And that's how it works. That's how it goes. All right, so mix away using the size scoop that you'd like. Again, I suggest starting off small. I'm going to, since I do this often, although my kids I'm sure will probably use most of it in a second, I'm just going to do something small and simple for today. So again, that's 1, 2, and you can choose the ingredients that you like in yours based off of your own skin sensitivity and your skin's needs. Remember those things we had shared earlier about, oh, I already did 4. Let me not go to 5. All right, so I've got those 4 scoops in the bowl. Now I'm gonna mix in together, probably gonna do about half this and half the olive oil. That's kind of how I'm feeling today. So I'm doing half honey, and then the other half is going to be olive oil. So you see I'm kind of pretty much halfway there. Now I don't want to pour it on myself. Now it's going to be all the way full. Is pretty much what I mean. You can add a little more. All right. Of course that was there when I poured it. All right, so just use a spoon to kind of scrape some out. All right, and then we can mix this up. And it's gonna have a nice thick texture, especially with honey. Honey gives it a thicker texture than the oil will have a bit of a thinner texture, as will the lemon juice, but of course lemon juice is very strong, so you really don't need much. So we want it to be kind of clumpy. We don't want it to be dusty, and we don't want it to be runny. We want it to be clumpy. And avocado will make it a little bit more thick as well, because it's creamy by nature. All right, so you just want to keep stirring until you get some of the chunks out of there with the honey, etc. But you guys get the idea. It's pretty thick. All right, so mix away with the ingredients that work for you. So if you'd like, you can do a couple of different blends. You can mix honey and sugar, and then you can do one with sugar and avocado, and then you can do one with salt and lemon. It's up to you. But it's always gonna be the same recipe. 4 scoops of whatever scooper that you're using of the exfoliant, and then 1 scoop of whatever else you want in there, and that's it. So I'd love to, if you can, share your experience and your pictures of your creations on your, if you have social media page, or with your family and friends. And if you don't mind, letting me in on it too, I'd absolutely love to see what you made. So you can just email me or put it on social media and tag me at Truly Thriving Lives, and I'd very much appreciate seeing what you've got. So you may have noticed earlier that I said that my family and I, we live with 12 healthy habits in order to enjoy a better quality of life. So then, chemical-free living is just one of the 12. We embrace all these healthy habits so that we can avoid sabotaging our efforts to obey God and be able to have more good habits that support our efforts to do all that Yahweh has called us to do in this life. So for all these healthy habits, I offer guidance via videos, workbooks, classes, and support groups in order to help you implement and stick with each habit. So if you could use guidance on any of these things, just know that I'm here to help. You can find more resource details on my website, which is trulythrivinglives.org. All right, so I'd love to know, how did you enjoy today's class and what questions do you have for me? If you'd like, you can leave a comment below just to let me know what questions you have, or if you want to, you can save your questions for support group or for coaching. Either way, I look forward to supporting you more along your journey. All right, thank you again for attending, and I hope you have a blessed day.